Pakistan, we welcome Professor Dr. Mohammed Safdar Bahati.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, ma'am?
Here you are.
How are you all?
Thanks. And you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm also fine. May I
Okay.
start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I'm just going to share my screen. When it is visible, let me know, please.
Okay, now it is visible, sir.
Okay, sir. So nice of you. Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. This is Dr. Muhammad Safdar Bhatti from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. First of all, I would like to thank the whole team for providing me this chance to give a keynote talk at this forum. And the topic of my today's talk is improving reading skills through authentic materials and analysis. And that is a brief sketch of my talk. Dear audience, English plays an important role in our everyday life. There is a great utility of English in the modern world. So the use of English should be continued along with other regional languages as it is an international language in the world. Most people are using this language in daily life. It is an important language because we use this language to communicate with other countries' people. English is a common language and we can use English to become an international person. Reading skills and its impact. Dear all, the ability to communicate in written English is closely related to the reading skills as one of the four skills of English teaching and learning process. The ability to read opens up new knowledge and opportunities. It enables students to gain information, to get some pleasure, and do many things that are part of modern life, such as reading newspapers, magazines, maps, and so on. That's why reading plays important role in teaching and learning process of English. The target of the language English teaching and learning is to enable students to gain the functional literacy, which is the ability to communicate both in simple oral and written English to deal with the daily life context, such as reading and understanding newspapers or manuals. In order to deal with the students' low English language proficiency, one solution was that teachers there should must stimulate real world situations in the classroom, that is the authentic materials. Dear all, and one way of exploiting this situation may be the best use of authentic materials, and examples of such materials include newspapers, magazines, TV programs, radio talks, menus, brochures, novels, comics, short stories, weather forecast, and recipes. It helps the students to improve their skills in reading and also in writing. They take in the aptitudes like how to read, how to discover the principal idea, how to build vocabulary, how to contrast readings with structured sentence, how to ask a good question, and how to compose an awesome outline. That is the criteria or to teach reading skills. Good starting point of the teacher, involving the students in reading, giving deep meanings to every important word, explanation of sentences structure, giving the knowledge of grammar during reading, teaching correct pronunciation to the students, maintaining discipline during teaching of reading skills, body language of the teacher, and questioning during the reading. If we talk about the significance of the study, authentic material is important for improving reading skills. The positive results of this research can support the English teachers to apply this method in teaching reading skills, and teachers can change their methods to make the students motivated and relaxed in teaching learning process. It can make students comfortable in teaching learning process because with this method, the students can improve their reading skills by catching the message from the teacher. This research is expected to be beneficial for the students, the teachers, and the institutions, theoretically and practically. The objectives of my study were to know the purpose of using authentic material, to find out BS level students' awareness about authentic materials, to increase students' knowledge of the target language by using authentic materials, to identify the benefits of using authentic materials, to know the major problems of authentic material use at BS level, to investigate student satisfaction about authentic materials, and to identify the sources used for reading skills among students, to investigate the difference between male and female students' reading habits. My research questions were: how do students improve reading skills through authentic materials and other sources? Is there any significant difference between students' reading habits? Is there any significant difference in the interest level of male and female students? And the readers, what are the students' perceptions about using authentic materials in the classroom? Is there any significant difference between students' performance in pre-test of control and experimental groups? Is there any significant difference between students' performance in pre-test and post-test of experimental group? And is there any correlation between the students' performance in pre-test and post-test? My hypothesis was the reading skills of BS level students can be improved through authentic materials. There is no difference between the scores of control groups and experimental group in the pre-test, while there is difference between scores of control and experimental groups in the post-test. Now I would like to move towards the literature review. Dear all, Nuttall believes that a well-balanced reading program should enable students to enjoy or at least feel comfortable with reading the foreign language and read without help, unfamiliar, authentic context at appropriate speed, silently, and with adequate understanding. Reading skills are important throughout our lifespan, particularly as we respond to new demands and changes in jobs. Academic success is likely a multidimensional phenomena that includes language proficiency, learning and study strategies, and certain personal characteristics. 50 students and 15 teachers from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan participated in this study. It was an experimental type of research based on quantitative approach, and stratified random sampling was done. Pre-test and post-test for the students, while a questionnaire for the teachers were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. And that is the paired sample result of the test. And that is the mean, standard deviation, and t-test for control and experimental groups. And that is a discussion about the pre-test and the post-test. So from the results, it is obvious to accept the general hypothesis that authentic materials enhance students' performance in learning reading skills. Now I would like to move towards the findings. Dear all, authentic materials had the superiority over the traditional method of teaching reading skills. It provided the learners with a better learning environment, which reflected in their scores. It was very effective in motivating the learners towards participation and interaction. It provided the learners with enjoyment and pleasure that affected their achievement positively. It was an excellent teaching technique because it evoked students' interest, helped students to create vivid mental images, which activated their thinking process. Their vocabulary was expanded by new words throughout the experiment. Proper illustrations about the text brought desirable positive change among the students. And my conclusion was authentic materials can improve students' reading skills and the vocabulary as well. However, in order to ensure successful reading program, involvement from the teachers is required in going through the articles and exercises in the worksheets with the students consistently. Otherwise, they will be discouraged to read the magazines and to not exercise in the worksheets. Authentic materials is a potential source for the students to improve their reading skills because the content of the magazine is relevant and covers a wide range of the issues. So before leaving, I would like to give some suggestions and recommendations. Dear all, the students should be taught through authentic materials as well. The old and traditional teaching methods should be avoided. The students should be encouraged to share their thoughts in the target language. Teachers should use and adopt new and innovative learning strategies of reading based on authentic materials in the classes. Teachers should motivate their students to participate in the class on equal basis. Authentic materials can reveal students' hidden talents regarding reading skills. It needs to be highly promoted in the teaching and learning process. Its worksheets will motivate and encourage reluctant students to read carefully. Instant instructors' feedback is very advantageous in this mode of learning. It keeps the learning process streaming throughout the day. The teachers should be trained according to the challenges of modern era because a good teacher has the capacity to inspire the learners to dream more, to learn more, to do more, and to become more. And these were some references from which I got the help. And thanks for your patience. And any questions, please. That's all from my side there on.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor. Is there any questions or any contributions? Okay, there seems to be no questions for now, Professor. Thank you. Thank you again for
Thank
your
So
you.
nice,
presentation.
so nice
See
of you. So nice.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Değerli katılımcılarımız, sırada